Well, good morning, guys. I hope you're all doing well. So, we haven't really talked about volume for cones and pyramids. So, I know some of you probably worked through it with the project, the volume and surface area project, but we haven't really focused much time on it. So, we're going to do that today. So, you can see this is from page 429 in your book. The volume formula is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. Now this formula will work for pyramids and cones. The reason for that is that a pyramid or a cone would take up 1/3 of its corresponding prism. Okay, so you can see that pictured here. That if you, filled up this blue region, it would be 1/3 of the corresponding, what do we have there? Prism, triangular prism. Same would be true for a cone, okay? So we're gonna use that same formula. Volume equals 1/3 the area of the base, which the area of the base, Andrew, if you were here, I'd ask you what the area of a circle is. Pi r squared, then times the height. Okay, so we'll use that formula and let's practice. So the homework is 1 through 10. Well, actually, you guys can skip number 1. So 2 through 10. I'll fix that because I put 1 through 10. But anyways, number 2. So here we have a pyramid with a square, let's see, square base, because it says that in the directions that the bases are regular polygons. So this would have to be a square. So again, we start out with the formula, and sorry because I'm left-handed, I'm going to try to make this straight for you guys. Volume equals 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So this is number 2. So we're going to go 1/3. Like we already said, the base is a square. So formula for a square, side squared, times the height. So now we've adapted the formula for what it needs to look like for this particular pyramid, okay? So then we fill in our information, 1/3, our side, ooh, look, they just give us the apothem. The apothem is 6. Apothem is going to be half of our side length, so this whole length here would then be 12, okay? So we're gonna plug that into our formula. Let's see, 12 squared. Now our height, I could go back to the figure, but it's 14. Sorry, this is blurry. Okay, 14. And these dimensions are all in inches, so you could write that down if you wanted to. All right, order of operations. Remember, we need to do squared first. We know 12 squared is 144 times 14. So this, honestly, this here is now inches squared, and this is 14 inches, okay? So now you can use your calculator. 144, does that go into 3? That'd be, yeah, because that'd be 9. So 144. I'm going to divide by 3 here to take care of our 1/3. So that's 48. So these two combined is 48 times 14 equals 672 inches. We have 2 inches here, 1 there, so we have inches cubed, okay? So that's number 2, the volume for that pyramid. Okay, let's do number 3 together. With number 3, we have a oblique. So this one's tilted a little bit, but you still use this perpendicular height, okay? And again, I don't know why it's kind of, there we go, okay? So we're gonna start out with the same formula for number 3. Volume equals 1/3 base times height, the area of our base times our height. Now, our base in this problem maybe I can, let's see if I turn to it in my book if that's easier. Oh, but it has the answer, so never mind. We gotta look at this. Okay. Our base is a polygon. So if you remember the formula for a polygon, that's going to go in for where your B is. So that'll look like 1/3, and then this kind of looks strange, but don't be overwhelmed. 1/2 AP, because that's your base, okay? And still times the height of our whole thing, the perpendicular height, okay? So let's plug in our values. 1/3 times 1/2, and again, if you wanted to, you could write 1/6, because 3 times 2 is 6. Now we have to look at our figure. Our apothem, they tell us in the figure, is 7. And then so apothem is 7. Perimeter is going to be the distance around this whole thing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 with each being 10.2, so 10.2 times 5 equals 51. So our perimeter is 51, and our perpendicular height is 24. Okay, so once you sub that all in, that's what your formula will look like, or your equation. Okay, so let's simplify some stuff here. This would be 1/6. And then we can just multiply these across if you wanted to. So I'm going to actually divide 24 because I see 24 goes into 6 quite nicely. So I'm going to divide 24 divided by 6 because we know that that would be 4. So I took care of this and that. So I have 4, 7, and 51 left. So 4 times 7, we know to be 28, times 51 equals, oh boy, sorry, I'm crooked, 1,428, and it is millimeters, kind of like your project with the millimeters. Okay, so that's numbers 2 and 3. I'll do number 10 on the next video.